let's dive a little bit into this PGA Championship. I think, coming in with all of the top players playing so well and what happened at the Masters, like I think this is one of the most anticipated major championships we've had in quite some time at an awesome golf course in a great city in Charlotte, North Carolina. But you look at what Rory just did. Scotty coming off a Justin Thomas coming off a won the PGA here in 2017. Bryson just won on Live and has been playing great in the major championships. Joaquin Niemann won again. I mean, so many. Xander, the defending champion, just continues to get better and better. Sepp Straka, a top 10 player in the world now. Like, so many guys are playing so well. This has the making of being all time. But like Pacquiao Mayweather, I hope it doesn't fall flat.
Yeah, and like we have these narratives that get built up all the time before majors. This guy, that guy. We try to work it in, and rarely does it shake out like that on Sunday. I think the Masters was a bonus this year where we actually got Rory and Bryson in the same group. Turned out to be a very entertaining Masters, but it wasn't Bryson that was the one doing the challenging. I think this week we're going to get... The only thing we were missing at the Masters was Scotty. I'd be hard-pressed to believe that if Scotty Scheffler ain't playing a role on Sunday afternoon at Quail Hollow. And this golf course, Colt, like I've said it a number of times, if I had to pick one, this is prior to the Masters or anything, golf course where I like Rory McIlroy more than anywhere in the world, it would be Quail Hollow. You know what else I like Rory McIlroy on? Long, wet conditions. He's run away and hide from people in major championships in those conditions. And that's exactly what they're going to get this week. I mean, you're there right now. Isn't it pounding?
It's been dumping all day. It is currently 2:45 local time on Monday. It has been raining all day. It's not supposed to stop all day. No fans allowed at the golf course today. Some guys are out there playing and practicing. As far as I know, they haven't shut down the course as far as the players being allowed out there, but no fans. If you had a ticket for today, I know you can use it either Tuesday or Wednesday, but there's a good chance of storms tomorrow and Wednesday as well. So it's going to be soft. I believe they do have sub-air around Quail Hollow, so they can get the greens going a little bit, but it's disappointing, man. I wanted it to be firm. I wanted it to be hot. I wanted these massive crowds, great crowds they get out here in Charlotte to be out there. The good news is, though, Thursday through Sunday, the weather looks pretty good. It's going to be warm. I just don't know if we're going to have enough time to dry it out with all this rain. But you mentioned Rory McIlroy. I mean, he already owns this golf course as it is. I mean, he's a member here. Legit, that's not a joke. He actually is a member here. He's won 4 times, like 13 top 10s. Nobody plays this place better. He's 52 shots better than anybody else since he first played here in 2010. Everything points for Rory McIlroy to have a great week. I know he feels very comfortable around this golf course, and he's going to be tough to beat, I think, this week.
And with the lines that he takes off the tee, which is one of his huge advantages, I would argue Bryson, maybe there's one or two others that can kind of challenge those dog legs the same way he does. It makes it a lot easier, Colt, to take those on and to hit the fairway if the ball is not bouncing in the fairway, right? You're coming in from different angles. Like, it can be hard to jump through in the rough all of a sudden if the greens get firm. I think they can firm up those greens, like you said, with the sub-air and make those at least have a little bit of bounce. But if the ball's hitting, landing, and stopping in the fairway, huge advantage for, I'd say, both Bryson and Rory, just because they can take lines that really, like, very few people can. So it's setting up to be, especially since he's coming off the Masters win and the pressure, quote unquote, is off. Like, I don't think you could line him up better for Rory McIlroy than what he's got this week.
Yeah, I mean, I don't think he played great by any last week. He would tell you that as well. Still finished tied for 7th. So I think he'll be ready to go. Good thing is, the weather's terrible here. He left Philadelphia last night. Good news, when you have a private jet, you can go wherever you want. Went home to Florida where it's not raining. Going to get a little bit of practice and then head up here, I believe, tomorrow. Obviously doesn't need to see this golf course, wants to play some holes on it, I'm sure, just to see how it's playing, but getting some work in at Florida where the weather is good. And then he'll come up here and get ready to go and try to win another major championship, try to win the first 2 legs of the Grand Slam in 2025. It's going to be an unbelievable week. And you mentioned Bryson DeChambeau. I mean, his last 2 times at Quail Hollow, he's finished 4th in 2018, tied for 9th in 2021. 2021 is actually, remember, when he thought he missed the cut, played in the morning on Friday, flew back to Dallas, and then landed and realized, oh, shit, I'm going to be playing this weekend. Got back on the bird, another good reason to fly private, and was here in time to play on Saturday and Sunday. Ended up top 10ing.
Happened to me a million times.
All the time.
A million times. I was always taking the plane home. Be like, oh, shit, I made it. Good thing he played good on the weekend. That's just to cover the gas money for firing that thing up, a couple extra legs. But, yeah, it's he's going to be a force. He's been a factor in the last 4 major championships. We got a lot of good storylines going in. And Rory, in terms of like how he played at the Truist Cole, I don't know how you feel, but like after the Masters, I was like, well, I put zero stock virtually into whatever he does prior to the PGA. I think he's on a honeymoon tour right now. He's having a great time. He's enjoying it. Until he gets fully locked back in at a major championship this week. Like, I don't know. I thought it was pretty good, honestly, given that all that's gone on, and he didn't even play well, didn't putt well really, and still was, what did he finish? 12th? That you said?
Seventh.
There you go. Even better. Played not good, easy top 10.
Yeah, the only thing I noticed when I walked with him on Saturday was he drove it really poor. Like he only hit 3 fairways on Saturday. At one point, 6 of the ones he missed were all left, and then the last 3 to end the day were all to the right. So kind of all over the place with the driver, which is what we normally don't see from Rory McIlroy. I mean, he is the best driver of the golf ball on the planet. That's one of the reasons he plays so well around Quail Hollow. But still, you look at the big difference in him this year, and it's the putting. He's a top 10 putter on the PGA Tour. Last week, he was 5th in that field in putting on greens that were very fast and had a lot of undulation. Quail Hollow, very fast and a lot of undulation. So I'm not just handing the trophy to Rory McIlroy, but there's a reason he's the co-betting favorite at most places. I think at our wonderful friends over at the Fanatic Sportsbook, we have Rory McIlroy as the second betting favorite, just barely behind Scotty Scheffler. But like I said, I'm pumped for this week, man. Get this rain out of here. Get the sun shining. We're going to have some nice scenery out there, and, you get some big, rowdy crowds around Quail Hollow.